Hey everybody, and welcome back to Let's Play Mystical Ninja, starring Goemon. We're on our way back to Folkypoke Village, because now that we have the ability to shrink, or have Ebisimaru's magic mini Ebisimaru, that's literally what it's called. If you go into the menu, you can see it. We'll do it right after this. Right after our flight on Blue Dragon Air. TV. Because we got nice live footage of it always, right? So anyway, we're gonna turn into Ebisimaru, and like, yeah, if you press the start button, it just says magic, what we can possibly have in mini Ebisu. As you can see there too, Sasuke is in our party. He's just dead still, a little bit. He's gotta get him some fresh batters. Some fresh batters would be a good idea. So anyway, walking back through the sad and depressing village of Folkypoke because all the children are missing, but we're gonna fix that today. So now that we can shrink, we can get under this very big pile of grain or hay or whatever this is, wheat, for delicious bread or rice and or other things. Beer's gross. Sake is where it's at. I mean, it seems like you could just kind of crawl, maybe, but nah, you gotta be able to turn Babu. Anyway, we're about to fly again. We're going back to Oedo to finally go into the hot springs, so I will meet you guys out there, so you don't have to watch this again. Alright, we're back in Oedo. We're gonna quickly just turn right into Ebisimaru. He is gonna be a little bit of the star today, not too much, but we will be using him a little bit because, he's actually gonna be getting a new item soon. Ooh. More things for Ebisimaru. He's the first one to get magic. He's the first one to get, like, well, I guess not the first, but, well, I mean, Goemon has both pipes, and this is something other than a hammer for Ebisu, so it's not another weapon, it's another actual item, you know. Well, I guess Ye gets the flute for whatever, doesn't matter. Anyway, if we actually head down this path first, I normally don't even come down this way because I don't think about it much, but you can actually see the hot springs. Here they are right here. Nice quaint little square area out here in the back and some Japanese thing on the wall. I don't know what it says. Probably something along the lines of Doggo Hot Springs, I imagine. Don't really know. These fire breather guys are kind of a pain in the butthole, so just avoid them, I guess. So with the use of Ebisimaru, we are now able to access more areas that we previously wouldn't be able to get into at all because we're just too big. Because somehow Ebisimaru shrinking and walking through things allows everybody to shrink and walk through things. I mean, this is kind of like one of those RPGs where our other party members are sitting in our pocket, so, you know, whatever works. Do the good old jumping up stuff again, so. Now we're actually going to turn back into Goemon because we need his chain pipe again. Yeah, they make sure you keep using all the things you find. They keep them useful. Most of the time. Maybe not 100% of the time, but most things they try to keep useful. Nice quaint song. It'll be hard to not just get distracted by how good the music is every now and then. Ow, you little jerk. Do some blind jumps and jumping and jump and jump. So this is one of those areas where sometimes if you jump, the way the world is slanted or these platforms are slanted and stuff could probably eat your input, so be careful, it's probably pretty easy to fall. Don't need to worry about that sign, it's just our way in. Now again, we got that other upgrade for Goemon for the coins to shoot fire. That's literally the only time we're really gonna need that, just to access this place in general. And now we can move on our way. It's kind of dark in here, and it will be for a bit because there's no power. Unless you turn the power on, the crane game will not operate. There's a little thingy in there that seems pretty neato, so we're gonna have to come back for that, aren't we? Absolutely. Absolutely. So throughout this dungeon, there is also obviously going to be a bunch of lucky fortune dolls all over the place, and we're going to get all of them. As far as temples and getting all the fortune dolls, this is probably one of the easier ones, just because they're mostly, whoops, out in the open, and it's actually kind of hard to see these blue platforms on the blue water. Just saying. Kind of messing with my perception of where everything is a little bit. That, and of course, this is an N64 game with an N64 game camera. Not perfect, as you can probably tell. You know, that arm just bad, because, you know, pretty just bad. It has been at least a month, or more than that, like 3 or 4 months since I've actually played this game. The last video was pre-recorded a long time ago. Now I'm freshly recording and doing things anew once again. Alright, so on top of the giant face with all the other faces, faces everywhere, everywhere, everywhere. See, that was... There's like an invisible force that kept me from moving forward as I jumped down there. This game has some interesting, quirky things about it. There's some bizarre moments. Oh hey, Mr. Elephant. You can always use a map. Maps are helpful. This level also has a fetish for spikes coming out of holes in the ground. Quite literally everywhere. There's a lot of that. A lot of that. Alright, so now we got the map. But yeah, as far as the collecting fortune dolls and stuff, they're all really straightforward. You'll pretty much see them as you go into the room, so nothing too tricky, nothing like beating a boss and backtracking all the way back to find another path is opened. Nothing that crazy. Though I do believe we will be backtracking to this place again later. I'll discuss that as we see it. But yeah, for now it's fine. So this room is full of Mexican jumping beans just everywhere. They're everywhere, man. They're wreaking havoc and they must be destroyed. If I could friggin' aim at anything, this would be a lot easier. Go much smoother. There we go. That's what I wanted to do. Trying to make it look fancy instead I performed like crap. Alright, but there's a neat little thing in here that I've pretty much never really bothered with before, I don't think, like, ever, because I never really thought about it. But there's like this thing sitting over here in the corner. I'm gonna actually bring up to this giant plant. This is a very unique looking room, too. It's got its own thing going on. And it's full of beans, so I mean, they obviously got a thing for gardening going on. But we plant that and, let's try that again, shall we? So we plant that. And a very out-of-place sound effect plays. It sounds like it was super compressed from some library they found from somewhere. Like on an old friggin', like, freeware VHS tape that just happened to have sound effects on it for some reason. And they ripped it and used it. Very odd. But yeah, it spits out a bunch of money and food, so that's kind of neat. Never really messed with that before, but it's neat, and the sound effect always makes me laugh about how weird it sounds in comparison to the rest of the audio quality in this game. I can't even tell where this floor is. You see this? It's pitch black. Cannot see. Very unfortunate for my eyes. And this camera angle is not doing me any favors either. Okay, get out of my way, face. Alright, so we're gonna very carefully and safely make our way across this, and by that I mean fall into the water again, because I'm awful. I practiced before I recorded, I swear, and I was playing much better. As soon as I start opening my big stupid mouth, I am having all sorts of trouble. Get on there! Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, Goemon. You obviously don't want me to play you right now, and that's fine. I can just turn everything off and give up forever. Forever. Camera, you want to help me out? Apparently not. It's just not gonna turn at all. Good old N64 games sometimes, you know. You know how it is. Alright. This game could have done well with a bit more of an actual... Hey. You know, a way to center the damn camera would be fantastic. This isn't even a hard thing to do. As soon... I grabbed this no problem like 5 times. I swear to, like 5 times in a row. Over and over again! There. The camera finally wanted to straighten out again for me. That's what happened the first couple times, is it just straightened out and I was like, okay, here we go. Run across. This time it's like, you want to go at an angle, bro? I think you want to go at an angle. No, on this tiny little rope that goes one way. No, I don't want it to be at an angle. I want it to be friggin' straight, so I can go across. Anyway. Finally get that done. Collect some of the Rio I wasted throwing 300 kajillion of them in that room. Alright, so down here, we're just making our way across. Bad frame rate and a couple weird things like that. You can see there's like some kind of door or something or gate down there. But, well, we can't swim underwater like Mario, so we're gonna just have to come back to that. When we can swim underwater like Mario, but in a much different fashion. We're gonna go ahead and turn back into Ebisimaru, because it is his time to shine here in a second, quite literally. There will be a lot of shining and flashing, you see, because we're about to turn the power on. But doop! Power to the crane game has been turned on. There's also a key and another fortune doll in here, too. There's too many damn black platforms that are too damn hard to see in this damn building. Alright, so... I used to have a lot of trouble with the crane game when I was a kid. Step on the button on the crane game controls, blah 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 blah. It's pretty obvious. You just jump on the big buttons that move one direction then the next. I used to have a lot of trouble with this lots of trouble with this when I was a kid, but I kinda 1, 2, 3 figured it out. Now that I am older. So really, the one that is harder the time is the going up. Because, well, the timing for it's a little bit awkward, and you don't have a way to really see the shadow like you do when you're going towards it. So, I usually just count to 3, and that generally gets it every time. And then for when you're going right, just look for the shadow and let go, and you're good. So there you go. Now we got a brand new item for Ebisimaru, the wind-up camera. So yeah, just remember, hold the up button for like 3 seconds, count it out loud, and you're probably guaranteed to get it. I would have been so embarrassed if this is the one time while I'm recording that I missed it, and all the times that I've gotten it over the years. Can you imagine? Could have been a disaster like that other room. Anyway, we have the camera again. We got a new key. We have more fortune dolls. Stuff is going on. Spikes, holes in the floor. Why is everything so crazy in this place? Alright. Well, since we already ran through this room once, we can ride the super fast thing. Whee! So fun. I love that little platform. So pointless. So great. One-time use. They had no reason to put it there, but they did. Just for the hell of it. Definitely fun though. Enjoy it. A nice little thing. Alright. Again, we did grab a key after turning the power switch on. This can be a little bit of a trip up if you forget that there was a locked door over here, and yep, you find the key in a completely different room, so can turn you around a little bit. Not a big deal though. And as we start going deeper into the Oedo Castle, dungeon, whatever, as you can hear, the music's getting a little bit more intense. They added more instruments. The best part is, it still isn't the entire song. It gets better. It's already good. It gets better. Trust me. They're also very generous with the food in this level, so if you're having a hard time, which this place can actually be kind of challenging, they try to be nice about it at least. Give you a lot of chances to recover. There's a lot of golden dumplings coming up soon too, like a lot. So, shouldn't have to worry about it too much. Especially me. I already practiced this once, though. We all know how that goes when you start recording. So this room's kind of weird too. Normally you're supposed to you would just fall into these little holes, but if you swing your weapon at the right time, you kind of portal across. Very bizarre. This game has some interesting physics every now and then. That's what you get with older games, though. Well, you can get that with all kinds of games anyway, regardless. Did you see awesome games done quick this year? Man, there's some crazy runs. But I really like the nice, it's like a very quality synth sound too, and the kind of angelic singing kind of noise that the song's making too, the that part kind of reminds me, it makes me think of instruments Mitsuda we use in Chrono Trigger and Super Nintendo. It makes me happy. So this room is cancerous and I don't enjoy it. So we're gonna be Goemon to try to make some of these jumps easier for me by throwing Rio again. But we have to go across here because there's a key. If it was a collectible, I'd almost want to say screw it, I hate this, but we gotta do it to progress. Like, even this key in this room here is harder to get to than most of the fortune dolls in this entire level. And it's a little bit ridiculous. And by a little bit, I mean a lot of it. I hate this room. I hate this room with a burning passion. I've fallen into that water so many times. I've even game overed in here once. I hate it. It's mostly because I'm impatient. I'm being patient now, but I hate being patient. I want to be fast. Like, die! Wait! Anyway. So So we get that, now we can just go ahead and get the hell out of here. We have enough health to just swim through. We should be fine. Goemon is just going through unbelievable screeching pain. Very quiet about it though, took it like a champ. Alright, at least we got the key, we can move on though. I am probably just gonna hang on to Goemon for a little bit longer though. Make some of these upcoming jumps and trips a bit easier. Well, actually, we need Ebisimaru in a second here anyway, but yeah, Goemon and the Rio throw, as I've mentioned before, makes life so much easier. Less of a platforming nightmare and more of a, you're good at this game. Yes, you, not me. You're the champ in the making. Alright. These damn Mexican jumping beans everywhere, too. I don't get them. Why do they do what they do? I don't know what they actually are. It's probably some Japanese toy that I'm not aware of. I just always call them Mexican jumping beans, and that's what they are to me. That's how they will continue to be. You can leave a comment telling me what they are if you wanna. I'll probably just keep calling them Mexican jumping beans, though. Alright, so there's another fortune doll in the middle of this room here. Getting a little bit low in health, but not a big deal. We're about to get a huge health pickup. Right over there. That one, this is... well, not quite. But there is a golden dumpling in this room and like 2 rooms over, so I'm not too concerned about dying at the moment. I hate these top things. I'm not even sure if I just hate that one room or just hate the physics of these tops. It's also because, again, this game has a thing where if you're on certain surfaces and you try to jump, you just want to let you jump. A little bit of a conundrum sometimes in a platform game where it doesn't let you platform, you know? A little bit. Anyway, this room's just kind of a refill room, a cute little area for some food in Rio. So again, we need like 700, 800 Rio for later, and if you don't have that, there's plenty of opportunities to collect it. So, just make sure you have it. You'll regret it if you don't. This room's kind of dumb. Jumping in here is weird. Normally, I just try to run through and hope for the best. It's a little bit easier on the return trip than it is going over here. Ah, this room yells at you the hints like, hey, did you know you can see what you're doing if you take a picture? Even then, it doesn't make much of a difference because this is an N64 game, and the lighting in this place is really bad for some reason. Very dark, hard to see. Not sure why. Probably because it's a ghost place and they wanted it to be spoopy. Well, spoopy as a word hadn't been invented yet, I don't think so. The return trip's a bit easier in here than the going, you know. A lot easier to just run through backwards. That's the secret of jump rope, guys, is approach her from the other side, you'll be fine. Nothing bad can happen. Alright, so I actually still have a decent amount of health. I'm not going to worry about the golden dumpling in here. We'll just pick up one coming up. And we're doing good on fortune dolls, too. I believe we have pretty much all of them in this building. Yeah, we have what we can get for the time being, I believe. Yeah, we're good. So let's just... oh, this room's kind of funny. So you think, oh man, pool table, there's gonna be some physics and stuff. Not really, you just have to hit the balls and then they'll go do their thing. Speedrunners do a really sick thing in here where they know exactly where to throw all these things as they enter the room. I'm just gonna kind of throw this stuff around. And as you can hear, they've added more instruments to the song. Still sounds great. I think this is the full song now? I don't even know. It might get even more intense or not. Who knows? I should know, I just played it, but I forget. It's on me. Okay. This pool table's kicking my butt. Chain pipe helps with hitting stuff too. 8-ball, why'd you do that? Now I gotta figure out what this damn thing is again. Yeah, this is the full version of the song now though. We added more synth instruments, going nuts. Sounds like a club up in here. It's crazy. I love it. So yeah, just hit the balls, they'll go into the holes themselves, and off we go. What a bizarre room. I love it though, it's cute. Okay, so go ahead and get Ebisimaru's service again. But yeah, there's the uh-oh. Oh crap. Okay, we're good. Here's the golden dumpling I was talking about. I almost just ate it super hard and died. That would have been embarrassing. I would have lost a life, guys, and then this whole LP would be a bit riskier. I'd be one whole health, or one whole life of failure and mistakes that I would have to live with through the rest of the game. One-ups and fewer, one-ups are pretty few and far between as far as I remember. Anyway, don't need to worry about going through here properly, I guess. So we just grab that key, swim on back out. But yeah, the music in this place is fantastic. I love that it builds up over time, gets more intense as you go through. They really knew what they were doing with the music in this game. They got it down. They understood what they needed to do with it, and boy did they. Very, very, very good soundtrack. Gets me pumped up to figure this place out. Alright, and we're about at the end of it too. Just about out of here. There's a sign here that just says, hey, you can figure out the boss's weakness if you use the wind-up camera. So yeah, there you go. Take the camera. The surrender robot. So right away, just take a picture of him, and it'll reveal his soul or heart, whatever. I don't know why that ghost has a heart. He must have stolen it. But I don't entirely remember what the strongest way or the best way to hit this guy is for max damage. I honestly don't. So I'm just gonna throw fully charged Rio at his heart until he blows up and dies, hopefully. I mean, it's gotta be a strong attack, right? So he'll constantly go from being vulnerable and invulnerable. Just wait for the white flash. He's kind of very obvious about what he's doing. He telegraphs his attacks like no tomorrow. He's really not that bad of a boss. But there's probably a better and faster way to take him out. I'd probably have to watch a speedrun to find out again. I'm just doing this off memory though, so... Did a little bit of practice, but I'm just gonna assume this is the best way to fight him until otherwise. Or you could just play the game how you want. I mean, your life, you know, your call. You bought it, at least you stole it, in which case give it back. How dare you? Why would you do such a thing? You should be almost dead here. A couple more fully charged fire blasts to the face. Maybe one more. Maybe one more. Can I get it right here? Oh. Oh, he's still not dead. Got a lot more health than I remember. My goodness. Do you ever die, my friend? Okay, this definitely can't be one of the better ways to fight him, because he has a lot of health this way. Did that missile just go to the ground and do nothing? Did you guys see that? That was neat. He shot off a dud. And now he's dead. My god, I can finally see in this room now that there's lighting. Isn't that fantastic? Ooh. Boo-hoo! He beat me up! I was only giving the kids a lesson in Peach Mountain dancing! Colin, your plan did not work, did it? Who are you? Aha! I'm the leader of the Peach Mountain Shoguns. In the fresh spring breeze, sha-la-la, I come alive, la-la. These beautiful visions appear before my eyes, la-la. Yes, I am, you know I am, the one they call Spring Breeze Dancing.
What an intro. Hey, you! What's your face? Dancing something or whatever. What do you have up your sleeves?
Up my sleeves? You mean, like my armpits?
You're not talking about that kind of sleeve.
I don't get it. The crowd reacted quite violently to that. Pretty sharp, Antonio. You caught onto my joke.
Antonio? Who's Antonio?
Sir Dancing will choose a name for you himself if he feels it suits the person.
You can't just...
Colin, we're done with this place. We've got to prepare for our next plan. Return at once. Yes, sir. Bye for now, Fernandez. We shall meet again.
Wait a minute. Who's Fernandez?
He was looking at you when he said it.
Remember, I will not let you get in the way of our great stage plan.
What's a gorilla steak plan?
That's not what I said. It's the great stage plan. Anyway, don't come to the Shikoku region, no matter what.
Hey, you! Stop right there! You're always getting away by spinning yourself. Goemon, let's forget about Colin for the moment. We must first focus on getting to the Shikoku region.
And then the game asks if you want to save. Absolutely no point, because there's a save thing right here, and we're going to use this. So this will, in fact, be the end of the video. This went on a little bit longer than I would have intentionally wanted it to be, but oh well. So we got through Ghost Toys Castle. Fun times. We will see you on the next video. This has been Bluebomberimo. Thank you very much for watching, and until next time, have a great day. Hey, thanks again for watching the video. If you enjoyed your time here, be sure to hit the like button. It helps out a lot. If you want to see the next episode, go ahead and click or tap here. If you want the entire playlist for this series, click or tap here. And if you're new here and want to catch my future videos, click or tap on the circular icon here. Alright, remember, you're the bomb.